Hi, I'm midwife Meg. Today I'll be talking about breastfeeding in public. As One Fine Baby's expert midwife, midwife Meg, I've come today to discuss with you how you can feel more comfortable breastfeeding in public. My first point would be to use a breastfeeding cover. There's many breastfeeding covers on the market, but you don't have to use a specifically designed breastfeeding cover. Swaddles come in just as handy. My swaddle here from Mama Maya, I've wrapped my baby in, I've slept my baby in, I've used it as a cover on her pram and as a breastfeeding cover in public. Wherever you are out and about, if you aren't comfortable sitting and breastfeeding in public, that's totally fine. Just use whatever makes you feel comfortable to cover yourself up. Sitting in a cafe, sitting on a park bench, sitting in a park, anywhere you are, pop baby onto the breastfeeding position and simply drape the cover over your shoulder. Covering baby's head and your breast, however, ensuring that baby can still breathe. You don't want the swaddle covering baby's head too much. The heat can become dangerous and baby may not be able to breathe as easily as you would like them to while feeding. They will bring themselves off if this happens, but at the same time, you want to feel comfortable. As a new mother, it's hard to leave the house. Babies sleep all the time when they're new, up to 18 to 20 hours in a day. It's hard to leave the house, and it's hard to leave the house anyway and be organised. So to do so, you're going to need to feed your baby outside, whether that's in a cafe or in a park, wherever you are. You need to feel comfortable though. So a couple of tips for you to do so is to find yourself a spot where your back is turned towards the flow of the public. If you're in a cafe, find a seat where you can sit and face away from everybody else. This way, you're able to cover up a little bit easier and no one will be able to have prying eyes on you. Otherwise, another thing that I always did was to organise coffee or meetings out with people in the same boat as you. Go out with your mother's group, with mothers that have been there, done that, and understand. So you always feel far more comfortable, less judged if you're with people in like-minded groups. In the blog that I've written for One Fine Baby, Breastfeeding in Public, there are a couple of more little points that can make you feel far more comfortable when breastfeeding outside. Breastfeeding in public is a hard thing. There's nothing comfortable about it really, but to be more comfortable in doing so, go over and read how you can master breastfeeding, how you can master your confidence and educate yourself in breastfeeding in public. Within the last 3 years, I've become a mother myself. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. In that time, I was diagnosed with postnatal depression and anxiety, a mental health illness where the statistics today are rising. 1 in 5 new mothers and up to 1 in 10 new fathers are diagnosed with perinatal anxiety and depression each year in Australia. The symptoms are either mild, moderate or severe, and suicide is one of the leading causes of maternal death in the first 12 months of becoming a mother. Due to this rise, both professionally and personally, I felt something needed to change. I didn't know what that gap was, but in doing some research, and as a mother myself, I found that the lack of postnatal education and support was minimal. Due to this, I have stepped away from the hospitals and started my own business, Life After Birth Education. Life After Birth Education is building a bridge and filling a gap for new mothers that have little support in everyday tasks to do with their new baby. It's helping new mothers with their sleep, ensuring babies sleep better at night, allowing mothers to not be so exhausted. It's helping mothers with skills such as swaddling, bathing, and knowing what the right temperature of the bath is, what the right vital signs are for their baby, what's a normal temperature, how to get the best sleep, and many more aspects of motherhood. To find us at Life After Birth Education, you can visit our website at www.lifeafterbirtheducation.com.au, and we're also on Instagram and Facebook at Life After Birth Education.